Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Elevate Your Life podcast. We're doing podcast number 195 today. It is on anti-aging.
This is a big topic, Paul.
Gotta look
This
good. Gotta look
topic.
good.
It's a big topic. I find it so fascinating because a lot of times I think with social media and everything like that, that we talk when we say anti-aging, we only think about the outside.
Yeah.
And I just don't agree with that. I think it all starts on the inside. All of it.
It does. It does. Absolutely. That's where it all begins, from the inside out. But let's talk about this topic because it's what a big topic out there. Everyone wants to know, so our whole thing is about living younger, longer.
Yeah.
So whether it be from the inside and the outside, both. But we want to understand this aging process and really what makes us older, what makes us look older, what makes us feel older.
Yeah, well, and the whole thing is that I think we have to remember is that just because you're getting older doesn't mean that everything has to change and you have to look a certain way and you have to get onto drugs and you have to have all the surgeries and you have to do this and you have to do that. I really don't agree with that.
Right.
Because I think there's so many things that we can do and I'm excited to talk about those things. But here's my whole thing, Paul. Living younger, longer, I love that. The interesting thing to me is I think there's so many things out there now medically that you can do to extend your life. So let's say, we went from like 76 to 86 or whatever it is. So now 86. Well, how is it living from like 60 to 86 and not being able to live your life like you used to live it? That would be worse to me than dying.
Yeah, it's healthy years. Yeah.
Yeah, it is healthy years. And so that's what I love that we really focus on and that we talk about. So I love it. Now, look, I find it fascinating. And I want to talk about this at the very start, right? Is just like what accelerates the aging process. And when the first thing that we talk about or that we wanted to talk about was the oxidative stress and how that's happening all the time inside your body, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing when you take a bite out of the apple and it starts turning brown. That's oxidative stress you can see. So I like using the apple example because it's something that's visible. But that's happening with everything, and especially inside of our bodies, is this free radical damage. It is the leading contributor to the aging process. That's why we're so big on this hydrogen water. So if you go to elevateyourwater.com, I think we mentioned this on every single podcast we do, for a reason, because the extra hydrogen will fight these free radicals in your body. They'll give it an extra hydrogen atom so that, because these free radicals don't have an extra hydrogen atom in the outer shell, and they need that. So once you do that, you kill these free radicals that are causing all this oxidative stress in your body and really accelerating this aging process.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing is the telomere shortening. So the shortening of your telomeres, which is the protective chromosome caps, they become shorter on the end of each cell division.
Yeah, and this was heard this one holistic doctor explain it as like, we have shoelaces, and on the end of a shoelace we have like this cap. It's a plastic cap. Why I didn't invent this, I don't know, because whoever did invent it was like a multi-billionaire. Now, it's a whole other story. Anyways, our cells and our bodies kind of work the same way as these things kind of start shortening over time. So we want to keep these telomeres long and protected. And we have a great product that we highly recommend that has research behind it and patents on it that actually keep these telomeres long and strong, and prevent them from becoming shorter, which is contributing to the aging process.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I think one of the biggest problems, and I think that this is one of the biggest problems that everybody has.
Yep.
And certainly if you're not doing anything to counteract it, but that is just this inflammation. And now, Paul, wait, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not sure about this. So so now they have drugs that they can give you to help counter the inflammation in your body. Is that true?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, really that's what ibuprofen does. It reduces inflammation in your body, but it does it in a pharmaceutical way that isn't really fixing the reason. Why is there inflammation there in the first place?
Right. The root cause.
So we're just trying to take these drugs to counteract it, but it's not actually fixing the root cause. That root cause is still there. It goes back to that whole analogy of, I've got this plant and the leaves are turning brown, so I'm going to take some green paint and paint them. You didn't fix the problem. Yes, I understand the leaves are green now, so it looks pretty, but that's all it looks pretty. That's it. Now the real problem's still there though. So we want to fix these root causes and really get to the root of why inflammation is there. Once you get rid of that, then so many health problems, including this aging process, goes away. It doesn't go away, but it slows down tremendously.
Slows down. Yeah, absolutely. Well, the great thing about it is that we know that there are some lifestyle things, habits even, that we can avoid. So I love that, to make sure that the process slows down. Now, one of those is smoking.
Yep.
Completely agree with that. So, and that can accelerate your aging. And I think it's so fascinating because I have people in my family that smoke, and I just find it fascinating, the difference in the age of how old we look, and how, and we know that smoking can accelerate that by 10 years of age. Another one is excessive alcohol consumption. Not good. There are so many. And the interesting thing to me about that is that it's so prevalent in society now that if it's no longer, if you drink, you're weird. It's if you don't drink, you're weird.
Right.
Right. And you're trying to explain to people why you don't drink. Well, what do you mean you don't drink? What do you mean? And so that's just so fascinating to me, kind of the change that's happened over the last, 50 years or whatever it is. But
and really, we don't mean to, we do mean to pick on smoking and alcohol, but really what we're saying here is that these two things, and there's a whole list of things that are causing toxins in your body. Yeah. And then your liver has to work to remove these toxins, and just smoking and alcohol are two real big toxins, but there's so many other toxins. And if you're doing things that we tell you to do, to remove toxins, taking the selenium is huge. And we did a whole thing on detox, we do these foot spas that we have that remove toxins from our body, and the infrared saunas, and there's so many things that we do to remove these toxins and keep our liver functioning properly. So it's we're not telling you that, smoking's really, really bad. So yes, we're telling you not to smoke, but any kind of, if you're having even a couple glasses of wine, or if you're having this or that, just in our environment alone, we're building up toxins all the time. And it's these toxins that are literally showing up in how we look and how we feel inside. So we want to make sure we're taking proactive approaches to limit the amount of toxins that we're putting in our bodies, and do as much as we can to remove toxins from our body so that we're not overloaded and our liver is not under massive pressure to remove these toxins, because that's what's going to make us look and feel older.
Yeah. And I think one of the biggest toxins that is still readily available and people don't even think of it as a toxin is sugar.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Yeah.
So that's another big one. And then of course, poor sleep habits.
Yep.
It can really cause some major problems when it comes to aging.
Yeah. And like you said, Shel, we can literally look at people and you can see they just look older, and that's coming from the inside out. So, it's the habits that they have that is accelerating this aging process.
So let's talk about some great habits to have, right? Exercise. That's a great one. Exercise. It helps, especially with cardiovascular health too. So that's fantastic. Yep. Sleep. 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. I like 13. No, I don't. I like 9. I really do. I think that, but I love it. And then stress management, of course, is so, it's so interesting to see, you have a friend, known them for a while, and they look a certain way. And then let's say they have a really stressful year. The difference is unbelievable if you're not, like you said, counteracting and really working on taking care of that stress in your life.
Yeah, absolutely. In our last podcast we talked about meditation, deep breathing, all these things that help with stress management. We're not going to get rid of stress in our life, but how we manage it is the key. And I cannot emphasize enough how important the meditation is, the deep breathing, and then I love our product that we recommend called De-Stress, which is a product that can really help our bodies just deal with the stress we're going under. It's got all these different herbs in it that work to this allow our bodies to handle it better.
Yeah, I just love that. And then don't forget about the protein intake. That's super important. And then, of course, we already talked about the hydration, about the importance of the water.
Yep. 100 ounces a day. And we really recommend hydrogen water. That it's going to make a huge, huge difference in how you look long term.
Yep. All right. Skincare. This is big. Vitamin C. Vitamin C is super important. The peptides. There's a bunch of peptides. This is like becoming a big thing, is the peptides, right, Paul?
It is. It is. And again, we're talking about peptides from the inside. We're consuming these things. And, there's some debate, even between the two of us, on what percentage of this is from the inside and what, of course, there's things we can put on our face. And we're going to show you some products that we recommend that we use personally. But I'm at the school, and I think you agree with me, Cheryl, that at least 80% of it is from the inside out, what we're putting in our bodies. Of course, there's skincare routines and things that people can do and products to use that are all natural that can help. I love the vitamin C idea of putting that on your skin. I love the hyaluronic acid. I use that myself daily just to keep my skin hydrated and keep that plumpness there, because we all need to. There's all kinds of things that are coming at us all the time externally that we need to, take care of and ways of doing that from the outside. But 80% of it's coming from the, we got to consume these peptides and this vitamin C and our 90 essential nutrients and our minerals and all those things. Because, when especially the people we work with, all of our health coaches, you can look at all of them and they just look amazing. Like they don't look their age at all. And it's all because of the nutrition and the daily habits that they have that's contributing to them looking younger, longer.
Yeah, let's talk about that, Paul. Are you going to share your screen and we can talk about some of the products that we absolutely love?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to. Let's pull up
anti-aging,
Yep, the anti-aging products. So let me go here and do a screen share.
Yeah, this will be awesome because I love to just let people kind of see the ones that we use, the ones that have made such a huge difference in our lives. And I think we're just gonna, really start it out with the EFA, the essential fatty acids, because they are, I think when we talk about from the inside out, taking the essential fatty acids that are in the 90, they're not necessarily right under this anti-aging, because we are assuming that you're already getting it in the 90 essential nutrients that you're taking. Yeah, right there, the EFA, the fish oil. That's a fantastic product, and I think one of the main ones for anti-aging.
Yeah, absolutely. We went over this product under Skin Support, our podcast on that.
Yeah,
but 100% EFAs is the place you start. We talked about this so much about brain, anything soft tissue in your body. So your brain, your heart, your lungs, and of course your skin is all EFAs. So it's super, super important. I love this product, Cheryl, the collagen hair, skin, and nails.
I do too.
We hear so much in the media about collagen, and it's all correct. Collagen is the new fountain of youth out there. If you're not taking it, I don't know what rock you've been living under, but it's absolutely amazing what collagen can do, especially the right kind of collagen. And an absorbable form. Plus, this product, it has a lot of extra nutrients added to it, that the combination and the synergy of all the nutrients with the collagen really make it work tremendous.
For your hair, skin, and nails.
Yeah.
So I love to add that because there's so many people that are struggling with, especially for menopause. Ladies out there, there's so much with the hair. Like the hair is thinning, the hair is not thick, the hair this, and the nails are brittle, and so this is specifically And the thing I love about it too is it tastes so good. You just mix it with water.
Yep. Yeah, and then the collagen peptides for any joints.
Oh yeah.
Really, this works great for your face too. Don't get me wrong; it has the same, doesn't have all the nutrients that this one does, but this is great for your joints as you get older.
Yeah,
That's part
for
of
the rest of your
anti-aging.
body. It's really what it is.
And this, I believe, has a day and night cream in it for keeping moisture in your skin, the
Yep.
hyaluronic acid, and one other product. I'm going to zoom in here. It's got the day cream, night cream, creamy cleanser, and then it's got the water.
Cellular water, yep.
Yeah.
That's to remove makeup.
Yep. Then the hair, skin, and nails, we also have that in a capsule form, which is great, but it doesn't have the collagen in it. So that's that. And then there's our Trinity lotion, which we both love. We actually try to bathe ourselves in this stuff because of the beta glucan that it has in it is so tremendous. When we ingest beta glucan, it works great for our immune system, but when we actually put this on our skin, and I know you have great stories about this, Cheryl. I had a huge burn on my hand that completely went away because of this one product.
Yeah.
But for sunburn, for all kinds of things, this is the goat. You got to have this in your house for sure.
Yeah, I love that. I love the Trinity lotion, especially for moms with little kids. It just works so quick and is so, takes the pain away immediately and just really helps if there's a sunburn or any other kind of burn, like you said, Paul.
Yep. Let's go back home. And so we always talk about the 90 packs at the top. You always want to start with those. But I want to go to our anti-aging category specifically.
Yeah, because I want to talk about the Immortalium.
So those are the products we talked about, but yeah, Immortalium is for the telomeres.
Yeah, that's so that you can keep the lengthening of your telomeres lengthened instead of shortening as you get older.
Yeah, and all these products are great, Cheryl. I love them all. I take them all. But if you're going to pin me in a corner and say, what's your favorite anti-aging product, Paul? It would be this, the HGH amino acid blend. It is the fountain of youth. I mean, the reason why we look so good when we're younger is because our body's producing a lot of HGH. As we get older, we produce less. So if you want to look younger, feel younger, have more muscle mass, lose body fat, all of that is done because of HGH levels in our body. And taking this before you go to bed at night will put you into that deep sleep stage, the delta sleep, and just repair your body during the night. You gotta, again, it's not about the quantity of sleep you get. It's also about the quality. So you will have the quality sleep and the repair process going on so that when you wake up in the morning, you feel amazing, that you really have that restorative sleep. And it's all because of this. I take 6 of these. I know you do too, Cheryl, before you go to bed, and it is magical.
I will say that I do feel better in the morning when I take them, and I also need less sleep to feel fantastic. That is true.
Right.
With the HGH.
So all this together, each of these products and each of the things we mentioned in this podcast add a little bit to the anti-aging process. And is putting that whole puzzle together that really makes it work. Just one thing here, one thing there doesn't always do a lot. But if you can put these things together, I've seen people have amazing success. I feel like both of us have had amazing success with these products and with these techniques and really habits, I'll call them, that we've adopted over the years that over time make a big difference. So it's never too late to start your anti-aging process and use these products because they're all absolutely fantastic. Nutrients your body needs to function properly and keep us looking young and healthy.
Yeah, I love that, Paul. And I love how everything works together, right? It's not just one thing. It's not just, take some vitamin C or take this or put this cream on. No, it's all of these things together that really synergistically work to maintain, cellular health and help, promote tissue repair, all of those things that start breaking down and happening as we get older. So I love that. This has been so much fun. I love talking about, different ways that we can feel better and stay healthy. And I love this one because we've got to talk a little bit about just making sure that we age slower, staying younger and living longer. So it's been such a pleasure spending time with you today. Stay committed and stay consistent. Remember that you have the power to elevate your life and the lives of those around you.